we're going to take some pictures after it's over. If you get your car and stuff, try to post it on Facebook. Eddie Butcher said he was going to post it for us, so if you guys can hang around just enough to get those pictures taken. All right, corner marshals ready. Drivers, less than 5. Here we go. Easy, 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 easy. Oh, man, his car's just loose. Put him in front of the line. All right, Jody up with an 807. Reese with an 8-2. Jamie with a 3. Heads up coming off a 2. We got trouble off a 2. All right, it's 8-1 for Jody up, 2 for Reese, 1 for Eddie, 1 for John, 1 for David Reese, 5 for Greg, 4 for Rodney. Scott, Jamie, and Dylan having some trouble on that first lap. 8-1 for Jody up, 1 for Reese Henchman, 0-4 for John, 3 for Eddie, 0-8 David Reese, 2 for Greg Cummins, 1 for Rodney, 0-6 for Scott, 2 for Dylan, and Chenault with a 15-9. 1 minute in, 8:07 for Jody up. Out front, Reese Henchman in second with a 1. 0-5 for John, 1 for Eddie, 1 for David, 3 for Greg, 1 for Rodney, 2 for Dylan, 0-5 for Scott, and Jamie with an 0-1. It's still Jody up with a 1. 0-8 for Reese, 0-8 for John, 0-9 for Butcher, 2 for David Reese, 2 for Greg Cummins, 4 for Rodney, 0-8 for Dylan, 1 for Jamie, and Scott Leftwich with a 16-6. I'm going to say that's a breakout. Out front, Jody up with a 1. Reese with a 1. John with a 1. Eddie with a 0-9. David Reese with a 0-09. Greg with a 1. Rodney with a 1. Dylan with an 0-6. Scott with a 1. Jamie Chenault. Another breakout. 0-9 for Jody up out front. Reese Henchman with a 1. Backed it down to an 0-9. 0-9 for John. 1 for Eddie. 0-5 for David. 1 for Greg. 1 for Rodney. 2 for Dylan. Scott with an 0-3. Jamie with a 1. 2 minutes down, 8 to go. The green and white truck out front trying to set sail. 8-1 for Jody up. Reese Henson in second with that black number 1. John Jones right there behind him with an 8-2. Eddie Butcher with a 1. David Reese with an 0-1. Greg with a 1. Rodney with a 1. Dylan with a 1. Scott with an 0-6. And Jamie with a 1. Top 7 cars are still on the lead lap, guys. All the way down to Rodney Heath is on the lead lap. It's Jody up with a 1, Reese with a 1, John with a 1, David Reese with an 0-1, Eddie Butcher with a 2, Greg with a 1, Rodney with a 2, Dylan 1, 0-5 for Scott, 1 for Jamie. The green and white truck, Jody out front. Hounding him though, and I mean hounding him, is that black number 1 of Reese Henchman. John Jones is hounding him though. David Reese is hounding him. But man, these guys, 4 trucks right there bunched up together. That's for number 3 spot.
Oh, good
up.
One.
Got a little bumping and banging going on here. I don't know what happened there. Anyhow, now it's Jody Udd out front. Reese Henchman in second. Jody with an 0-7. Reese with a 1. David Reese with a 1. Butcher with a 1. Jones with an 0-4. Greg with a 1. Rodney with a 2. Dylan with a 1. Scott with a 1. And Jamie with a 1. All right, looks like David Reese has moved up into the 3rd spot. We are 3:30 down, 6:30 to go. The green and white out front of Jody up with a 1. Reese Henchman in second with an 8:008. Woo, that's close. David Reese with an 8:03. Eddie Butcher with an 8:1. The race right now is at number 2 spot. Jody out front with an 0-5. Reese with an 0-8. David Reese with an 0-6. Eddie with a 1. Greg with a 1. Rodney with a 4. John with an 0-5. Dylan with a 1. 0-9 for Scott. And Jamie with an 0-9. 4 down. 6 to go. And we have got a battle out on the racetrack, guys. 8 O's for the top 4 cars that time by. Jody up with an 0-6. Reese Henchman with an 0-5. David Reese with a 1. Eddie with an 0-9. Greg with an 0-7. Rodney with a 1. John with an 0-8. Dylan with a 1, Scott with an 0-5, and Jamie with an 0-8. Top 7 cars still on the lead lap. Let me check it. Yes, sir. Top 7 cars still on the lead lap. It's still anybody's race. 4:30 down, 5:30 to go. We got a lot of races, guys. We ain't even halfway. Jody up with an 809. 808 for Reese Henchman. 806 for David Reese. Reese trying to put the heat on Reese. So it's Jody with a 1. Reese Henchman with an 09. David Reese with an 04. Eddie Butcher with an 05. Greg Cummins with a 1. Heath with a 1. Jones with an 08. Dylan with a 1. Scott with a 1. And Jamie with an 05. Halfway, guys. 5 down. 5 to go. Uh-oh. David Reese has taken over at number 2 spot with an 801 last time by. Backs it up with an 804. So it's Jody out front. 809. David Reese. 804. Reese. 807. Greg with a 1. Rodney with a 1. Eddie with an 01. John with a 1. Dylan with an 07. Scott with a 1. And Jamie with a 1. Jody out front. 05. David Reese. 05. Reese Henchman. 81. Greg with a 1. Rodney with a 1, Eddie with a 2, John with a 1, Dylan with a 2, Scott with a 2, and Jamie Chenault with a 1. Back out front. Top 2 and 3 cars are running like 8-0s or 8-1s every other lap. 8-1 for Jody Utt last time by. Backs it up with an 809. David Reese, 805. Reese Henchman, 8-1. Greg with a 2. Rodney with a 1. Eddie with an 09. John with a 1. Dylan 1. Scott 1. And Jamie with a 1. 6 down. 1 to go, guys. David Reese just run an 838. He's got his sights set on that green and white truck. And it looks like he's about 7/10 behind him, making up about a 10th a lap. Down to 6/10. 8-1 for Jody. 8:006 for David Reese. 8:05 for Reese Henchman. Rodney with a 2. Eddie with a 1. John with a 2. Greg with a broke out. Dylan with a 3. Scott with a 1. And Jamie with an 06. 3:30 to go, guys. David Reese got his sights set on that green and white truck. Down to 5:10. We got 3 minutes and 20 seconds, guys. Can we have us a race here in the last 30 seconds or so? We'll see. 3:15 to go. It's 8:01 for Jody Utt that time by. Jody Utt with an 8:01. David Reese with an 8-1. Reese Henchman with a 1. Rodney with a 2. Eddie with a 3. John with a 2. Greg with a 3. Dylan with a 2. Scott with a 1 and Jamie with a 1. 3 minutes to go, guys. 8:05, Jody Utt. 8:05, David Reese. 8:04, Reese Henchman. Man, these guys are still running 8-0s with 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Jody Utt. 8:07, David Reese. 8-1, 8:07, Reese Henchman. 2 for Rodney. 1 for Butcher. Jones with a 2. Cummins with an 04. Dylan with a 1. 03 for Leftwich. 04 for Jamie Chenault. 2:30 to go, guys. The green and white truck, Jody Utt out front, coming off of turn 2. The yellow and blue truck of David Reese in second. The black number 1 of Reese Henchman in third. Rodney Heath has moved up into that number 4 spot now. Back out front. 8:03 for Jody Utt. 8-1 for David Reese. 8:07 Reese Henchman. 8-3 Rodney Heath. Eddie Butcher with a 2. John Jones with a 1. 1 for Greg. 3 for Dylan. 06 for Scott and 2 for Jamie. Less than 2 minutes to go, guys. Oh, looks like Jody's trying to stretch it back out a little bit on David Reese. 1:45 to go. David Reese just rung off an 8:01 though. Reese says, I don't think so. He ain't getting away from me this time. 8-1 for Jody Utt. 8:03 for David Reese. 8:06 for Reese Henchman. Go low in 3. Go low in 3. Low in 3. Still there. It's up against the wall, guys. They can't get to it. Low. It's clear. All right, 8:09 for Jody Utt. Reese with an 8:01. Reese Henchman with an 8:05. Eddie with a 4. John with a 2. Greg with a 1. Dylan with a 1. Scott with a 01. Rodney with a 8.5 and Jamie with an 8.1. 1 minute, 10 seconds to go. The green and white truck is your leader. The blue and yellow truck is right there behind him in that number 2 spot. Nice job driving, Rodney. Jody out front with an 808. David Reese, 805. Reese Henchman, 808. Eddie Butcher with a 2. Greg with a 1. John with a 5. Dylan with a 2. Scott with a 1. Rodney with an 8. And Jamie Chenault with a 1. 45 seconds to go. David Reese trying to push the envelope. Jody Utt showing no signs of letting up. 8.5 for Jody. 8.5 for Reese. 8-1 for Reese Henchman. 1 for Butcher. 1 for Cummins. 2 for John Jones. That's your top 6 all on the lead lap. No, excuse me. I'm sorry. Top 3 on the lead lap. 8:01 for Jody Utt last time by. Not trying to let Reese get close to him. 20 seconds to go. Reese run a 8:02. 8:08 for Jody Utt. 8:06 for David Reese. 8:07 for Reese Henchman. Eddie Butcher with a 1. We've got 10 seconds to go. Does David Reese have time? Does he have time? 8:01 for Jody Utt. 8:08 for David Reese.
Car 4 is done. Car 6 is done. Car 9 is done. Car 3 is done. Car 5 is done. Car 1 is done. Car 10 is done. Car 2 is done. Car 8 is
Awesome
done.
race, guys. That was impressive. Jody Utt wins it with a 75 10:07.5. David Reese finished second with a 75 10:07.78. How about that, guys?
Nate, get your day's
Reese
truck.
Henchman